Hello, Morris class. It's Miss Baig here and welcome back after half term. This is our first maths lesson back after half term. I hope you have enjoyed and you have had a restful and peaceful half term and you are back ready to begin your learning for this term. Okay, as you can see from the screen, I'm not on arithmetic. We are going to dive straight into our learning objective and today's lesson today. Okay, so learning objective is, can I recognise odd and even numbers? Can I recognise odd and even numbers? Fantastic. So we are going to be looking at odd and even numbers and we are going to be learning how to recognise odd and even numbers. Okay, now I'm going to show you this number line on the screen. Now, it starts off with 0 and then it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 16. Now, can you see where the froggy jumps are? That is where our even numbers are. So these are called even numbers. Even numbers. Now, even numbers, they always end in either a 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Now, let's hear that once again, okay? They either end in a 0, a 2, 4, 6, 8. Can you notice a pattern? Spot on. I'm counting in my 2s. So even numbers are all in the 2 times table, or when we count in our 2 times table, which is a multiple of 2. Okay, now let's see. Let's get my pen ready. Pen, pen, pen. I've got 0, so that's an even number because it ends with a 0. It is 0. Then we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, no, not 13, 14 and 16. Okay, so these are all even numbers. I'll put a dot under each. Oh, sorry, not under number 1, 2. Well done for spotting that. 4. What's the next one? Next one. Well done. Next one. Well done. Next one. And well done. Okay, now underneath we have some more arrows. Now, these arrows here are pointing to the numbers that are not an even number. So if something is the opposite of even is odd. It's like saying hot and cold, big and small, tall or short, odd, even. So they are opposites. So at the top, we have all even numbers. Now underneath, these are all odd numbers, okay? Now I'm going to come out of this. I'm just going to use a red pen. Now I'm going to put a dot under all of the odd numbers. Can you say them with me? Thank you. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and 15. Now, all of the odd numbers are not in the 2 times table. We know that because when we say 0, 2, we jump over number 1. 1 is not in the 2 times table, so that can't be an even number. Okay, what about number 9? Let's check. If we count in our 2s, do we say number 9? Get ready. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We don't say 9, so 9 is an odd number. So these are all, an even number is always in the what times table? 2 times table. Fantastic. And odd numbers, are they in the 2 times table? Yes or no? No. Fantastic. Well done. Okay, now we are going to play the odd and even game. Okay, now remember, even numbers are in the 2 times table and they always end with 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. Okay, so these 5 digits. Now, and that is the second digit. Okay, it always ends with. Okay, so let's see. Number 1. I would like you to give me a thumbs up if it's an even number or a thumbs down if it's an odd number. So number 1, is it even or is it odd? Ooh, let's check if you're right. Fantastic, well done. It is an odd number. Okay, what about this one? Firstly, what number is this? Can you tell me on your fingers? Well done, number 4. Is 4 even or is it an odd number? Make your decision. Ooh, let's check. Oh, it's not an odd number. Fantastic, it's an even number. Let's do this one here. This one, the green one. What number is that? The Numicon is expressing. What number is the Numicon showing? Well done, 5. Now, is 5 an odd number or an even number? When we count in our 2s, is 5 a multiple of 2? Is it in the 2 times table? Ding-a-ling-a-ling! Nope, it is not even. It's a thumbs down. It is odd. Fantastic. Okay, right, we're going to speed it up a little bit. Right, this one here. We've got 2, 4. This is 8. And I've given you a clue because I've even counted in my 2s. Odd or even? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Well done, it was even. Right, this one here. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Ooh, fantastic. Right, next one. Thumbs up, thumbs down for this one right here, number 9. Oh, some people are saying even. It is not even, it is odd. Fantastic. Okay, next one, we've got 2, number 2. Do we say 2 in the 2 times table? Of course we do. It's even. How about 3? Do we say 3 in the 2 times table? No, we do not. So it is odd. And the last 2 that we have is number 6. Do we say number 6 in the 2 times table? Is number 6 a multiple of 2? Yes, it is. It's an even number. And last but not least, we have number 10. Now remember, an even number always ends with a 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We've got 1 and a 0. It ends with a 0. So it is indeed dun, 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 even. Well done. Give yourself a big pat on the back, Morris class. You played that game really nicely with Miss Baig. Okay, now let's move on to the next part of our lesson. Once the computer allows me to. Here we go. I'm there. Right, share these children into 2 groups. Okay, I can do that. We can do that. Let's first make myself small because I'm hiding a child behind my screen. There we go. Here it is on screen. Right, so let's start. Share into 2 groups. 1 for you, 1 for me. Remember, when we share, we do 1 at a time. 1, you go over there, you go over there, you go over here, you go over here, you go over here, you go over there, and you go over here. Well done. Do I have any children left? No. Let me check underneath Miss Baig. Nope, there are no children left, even underneath behind my face. I've shared them equally into 2 groups. Now the question is saying, do we have an odd or even amount of children? Do we have an odd or even amount of children in each group? Can you count and tell me how many children I have in each group? Well done. I have 4 in this group and I have 4 in this group. So that means that I have an even amount. Remember, even also means the same. Okay, next. It says, share these flowers into 2 groups. Here's some lovely flowers. Let me just check if there are any hiding behind Miss Baig. No, there are no flowers hiding behind me. Okay, let's share them into 2 pots. Right, you go there, 1 at a time. You go over there. You go over there. You go over there. Oh, hang on a minute. I've shared equally 1 at a time, but I've got 1 left over. Oh dear. So, did we have an odd or even amount of flowers, Morris class? That's correct. We have an odd amount. So we had 5 flowers. 5 cannot be shared into 2 groups because 5 is not in the 2 times table. It is in a multiple of 2. Oh, now I get it. So this is 5 is an odd number. I'm going to write odd here. Dun, 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 dun. Odd. Okay, let's look at the next question. It says Whitney is making a number pattern. So she's got something and then 4 and then 6 and then something and then 10. Oh, give me a thumbs up if you can tell if Whitney is counting in her ones, twos, or threes. What do you think? Well done, she's counting in her twos. Now, bear with me while I grab my pen, and when you blink, I'll be back. Okay, I've got my trusty pen ready, and now let's start filling in Whitney's pattern. So counting in our twos. So 4, there is one number before. So what comes before 4 when we're counting in our twos? Let me start from 0. 0, 2, 4, 6. Okay, so this one is going to be 2. Now count with me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Is it 11? Oh, no, sorry, 12. Fantastic. So let's start from the beginning. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Well done. Next, 20. Fantastic. Next, 22. Oh my goodness. And the last one in the pattern that we have is 24. And then we've got a full stop, so we know we need to stop there. Okay, now, Morris class, can you see when I was saying earlier that when we're counting in our twos and all of our even numbers always end in a 0, a 2, 4, 6, and 8. And then again, the pattern starts again. 0, 2, 4, and then it would be 20. The next number would be 26, wouldn't it? And then the next number would be 28 if we carried on the pattern. So it starts off with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and then it would be 0. So remember, it's an even number. If it ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8, that means it's an even number. Okay, let's look at the next part of this question. Using the pattern above, so that means counting in our twos, write the next 10 numbers that will come after 30. So after 30. So we're not going to write 30 here because we need to write the numbers after 30. So counting in our twos, let's start. So what is 30? Oh, what's going on here? 30, add 2 more. Well done. 32. Next, 34, fantastic. Next, 38, well done. Oh, hang on a minute, is that 38? I think we've missed a number, haven't we? Let's go back. Let's start from 30. 30, 32, 34, 36. Fantastic, Morris class. Make sure that you are paying attention. Okay, 36. Now it's 38, and then it's 40, and then it's 41. Oh, hang on a minute. Now I remember I said earlier, when it's an even number, it either ends with a 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. But that ends with a 1. So that's not an even number, that's an odd number. So that can't come in our pattern. So let's cross that out, or let's rub it out, and let's count again. So 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42. Well done. Oh, I don't know what keeps going on. 42, 44. Well done. 46, 48, and 50. Now, that same pattern that I was talking about, we've got starting off with, it's either 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. Can you see it just keeps repeating itself, the pattern, when we're counting in our twos? Fantastic. Okie dokie. Next, Tim here, Tiny Tim, is saying, he's our good friend, I have made all even numbers. Is Tim correct? Now have a look at this screen, Morris class. Has Tim made all even numbers? I'm not sure actually. Let's count. If this was I can see that that's one row. And here's another row. And here's another row. If I divide it into rows, if I share them, now I can see that there's 2 dots in each row. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That's an easier way to count. Now, I don't need to make the rows. I can see that there are 2 dots going all the way down. So I'm going to count. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Fantastic. Okay. Now, there's quite a few here. I know that this dark purple numicon equals 10. Okay, here's another way to count them. I know that this equals 10. And here I can see there's 2, 4, 6. 10 add 6 equals 16. Fantastic. So that's an easier way to count those numicon there. Okay, this one here on the end, again, I know that there are 10 here. So I don't need to count those. I know that that's 10. I'll just make a little marks in case I forget. And then I could either, you might be thinking, oh, but there are not 2 in each row. Well, I can count them in columns, can't I? I can say there's 2 there. That's 4. That's 6 and 8. That's 8. So that's here are 2, 4, 6, and 8. 10 add 8 equals 18. Fantastic, Morris. Now let me just rub out these numbers here so you don't get confused. There we go. Oh, that's quite a big rubber. Now, it says, Tim is saying, I have made all even numbers. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you agree with Tiny Tim. Has he made all even numbers? Well done. Can you tell the screen why? Why do you think that Tim has made all even numbers, or how do you know? Well done. There are 2 ways that we know, because we know that 12, 14, 16 and 18 are in the 2 times table. Let's count. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 12, 14, 16, 18. Also, we also know that when we look at these numbers, if we don't want to count in our 2s, 18 ends with an 8, which is, I can tell that's an even number. Again, 16, 14, it ends with a 2. 2, 4, 6, 8. And if it was 20, then that's 0. We know it's an even number. Okie dokie. Now, if that is a little bit tricky for you to remember, there is another way that you can tell if, when you're looking at a numicon or a tens frame, to check if it's an even number or an odd number. So if I go back a screen, we counted in our 2s here, and we knew that it was an even number because we were counting in our 2s. It was in the 2 times table. However, this one, so here there are 2 counters, 2. So that's nice and easy. I know that that's an even number. Now, what about this one? Here, there's 2, and then there's 1 more, 3. Can you see this box here? There is a gap. Can you see that? So I can't count in my 2s because this box is empty. So that's how I know that that's an odd number. Now let's look at this numicon. Here I have 2, 4, 6. Here I have 2, 4, and then, oops, I can't count because there's 1 box missing here. There is no, oh, I can't do that. I can't just draw it. That's cheating. So 2, 4, add 1 more is 5. So that's how I can tell that that is an odd number. When a space is missing next to it, now this is only when you're looking at a tens frame or when you're looking at numicon, okay? So only when you're looking at a tens frame and numicon, you use this rule. Okie dokie. So now I'm going to explain your task to you, Morris class. So this is your turn. So challenge 1, question 1. It says Ava uses Ava uses counters, not 10 counters. I was trying to say tens frame. Ava uses counters to make these numbers from 1 to 10 using 10 frames. Now, your job is you can either do 2 things. You can draw the tens frame and then draw the counters, or you can just write the number that each tens frame has in it. So for example, for this one, you can just write number 1 on your piece of paper. Now, you are going to tell me which numbers are even and what do you notice about all of the even numbers. So there is something about all of the even numbers. We've gone through it quite a few times in this video. Okay, your second question, challenge 1, is here are a group of shoes, and you are going to group the shoes into twos. Now remember to our grouping and sharing lessons last term, when it says group the shoes into twos, that means that 2 shoes need to be in one group. So this is how you group into twos. I've got 1, oops, and I've got, oh, now it doesn't want to work. I've got 2. There are 2 shoes here, 2 shoes. Okay, now you're going to do the same for all of the shoes. And then to show that 16 is an even number, you're going to count in your twos. Next, you're going to do the exact same, but you're going to do them for the socks. And then you're going to show that there are 17 socks altogether. And there would be, oh, I've got to tell you the answer. There might be some left over. So that's how you can tell that it's odd. Okay, challenge 2, question 3. Oh, let me move myself out of the way. Teddy has a 2-digit number. The first digit has been covered up. Okay, so a 2-digit number could be, it could be 48. Oops, oopsie, daisy. 48 is an 2-digit number because it's got one digit there and another digit there. So that's 2 digits. So Teddy has a 2-digit number. The first digit has been covered up. Is Teddy's number odd or even? Now remember that special rule that we said, okay? If the number ends in, then it's an even number. If you can't remember, rewind the video back to when I said that. Next, you've got spot the mistake. So in this odd section, there's some numbers here and some objects. On the even section, there are some here. Now, some of these have been muddled up. They are not in the right group. Your job is to put them in the right group. Okay, your second question, challenge 2, question 4. So Dora has a 2-digit number again. The second digit has been covered up. Is Dora's number odd or even? And explain your answer. Okay, so the STEM sentence underneath is, I think it is, you're going to say either odd or even because. Okay, challenge 3, question number 5. Dexter makes the number 70 from base 10, or the 10 sticks. 70 is odd as you cannot share into 2 equal groups. What mistake has Dexter made? And explain your sentence by using the STEM sentence. Dexter has made the mistake of, and then you need to explain what Dexter's mistake is. Okay, finally, challenge 3, question number 6. Whitney is making a number pattern. So this is her number pattern. Write the missing numbers. Then you're going to write 2 number patterns greater than 30. So that means bigger than 30. And then write 2 numbers greater than 60 that could not be in the pattern. Okay, and then your final extension question is, now this will work if you have 2 dice at home. If not, you can make your own. Roll 2 dice and find the total. You're going to complete the table. So for example, if I roll 1 dice and it gave me 3, and I rolled another dice and it gave me 2, which is an even number, 3 add 2, you're going to write the total of it, and then you're going to tell me if that total is odd or even. Now, do this at least, I would say, about 10 to 15 times. So you have 10 to 15 different combinations. And you are going to very quickly, I'm sure, spot a pattern. Now, when I add an odd and even number together, the total is always. And then what other statements can you make? So the other statement might be, when I add an even number, the total is always. Or when I add an odd number, the total is always. Okay, Morris class, we have come to the end of our odd and even lesson. I hope you have enjoyed, and please, everybody, do have a go at the extension. I'm sure you will be able to spot the pattern very, very quickly, and it's just a bit of fun. If you do not have dice at home, then just type onto YouTube how to make a dice at home, and you'll be able to do that within 5 minutes. I'm pretty sure. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care, Morris class. Bye-bye.